Well, hello YouTube. Here we are with another episode of Maxwell's Mind. Well, this video is titled How Our Houses Have Changed. Kind of the changes that I've seen in our houses, and I don't know, is it good? Is it bad? Are we on the right track? Do we have the best of intentions, or do we or the builders have delusions of grandeur when it comes down to it? Our grandparents lived in small homes, raised children in small homes, made do with what they had. As long as the roof did not leak and there was food in their bellies, that is all that mattered. Our grandparents had lived through some very, very tough times. Nowadays, it seems we need to have large homes, fancy homes with luxuries and things that we really do not need in our day-to-day life to survive. Ample room to raise a family, which is always a plus, but when you have over and above the ample room, that to me seems to be a really big waste. We have houses that are large in size, then they require maintenance, heating, and all those costs are higher because of the larger size. You got to spend your days off cleaning your home, where a normal home you could do it in like an afternoon easily. We are consuming more utilities because of all the space and needs we have to run the home or houses every month. With our oversized homes, we have a lot of space for all that live there, bedrooms for everyone, studies, dens, kitchens, dining rooms, games rooms, media rooms, walk-in closets, bathrooms for every bedroom kind of a thing, and again, multiple bathrooms for everyone. Each one of those bathrooms have appliances or things in it that consume water and electricity and gas. Spare rooms for guests. Yes, okay, fine. It's nice to have a guest room, for when the mother-in-law comes, preferably with a uncomfortable pull-out couch. But at the same time, usually those spare rooms are used for other purposes for the rest of the year round. There are luxuries like games rooms, media rooms, hot tubs, saunas. Some houses have executive finishings and furnishings. In the past, garages were a luxury, and now it's the norm to have a garage. Multiple stalls for all the toys and things. A lot of the houses they're building nowadays, if they don't have garages, then they're not considered to be houses. They're considered to be, like medium density housing or so. I have noticed that we have a need to outdo the next person, to build a bigger, fancier house with more room and things inside. The architecture is very pleasing to the eye. Some houses are built to look like a work of art, with high walls, lots of windows, round corners, open concept design, flow through, all that good, nice, pleasing stuff. However, again, all that costs money. When cities grow, the space becomes very limited, and as a result becomes expensive to buy and build on. The new cities have very small lots in an effort to fit as many houses in a space as they can. A lot of places have started to build row houses, a small space with barely enough room to live, very little backyard. Sometimes there are no garages, and you are sharing a common wall with your neighbors. Another way we live in the city is we build apartments. They're a great way to put a high number of people and families in a smaller space. However, with the whole apartment thing taking off, developers have started to build what's called condos. And essentially all a condo is an overpriced apartment. Now, yeah, there may be some difference in construction and some differences in finishings. However, when you get down to it, they're just an overpriced apartment. And of course, when you're in the condos, again, you purchase them, then you have to pay what they call condo fees. That go towards maintenance and other things. Thing is, if the basement or the lower level of the condo has water trouble, everybody in the building has to pay to get it fixed. If the elevator needs maintenance, everybody has to pay to get the elevator fixed. If the roof starts leaking or whatever, everybody has to pay. And basically you end up paying more in a condo than what you would renting an apartment. With all the demand for all the luxuries, the cost of housing have skyrocketed, putting a lot of the houses out of reach for a lot of families. Some starter homes are going for $500,000 and up. Depends on the city you live in. I know that number's low because in the larger cities it's more than that. I'm basing on what I see in my town that I live in currently. With the costs the way they are, a lot of families are forced to rent for life and may never own anything, and not even a car. Due to lack of parking and space to live, it's expensive. A lot of apartments or condos actually charge you a monthly fee to park your car in their parking lot. With popularity on the rise and population on the grow, buildings have been stood up really, really fast and not maintained as they should. The older buildings, like apartments, condos, or whatever, are rented out at top dollar by bad landlords that do not fix what they should or take care of the tenants and will evict you at a moment's notice. Owning your own home, you can fix things when they break. However, when you're renting, you have to rely on the slumlord or landlord to fix things. And quite often they don't. They get away with gouging of rent prices and letting repairs slide until they become a larger issue, and then they blame the tenant for not informing them of the condition of their suite. However, you did inform them every time in writing when you paid your rent, but again, they chose to deny it. Know your rights, and there is help out there to battle slumlords and make them pay. What do you think we need? Do we need a cap on housing prices to make housing more affordable for everyone, regardless of income, regardless of who they are? Are we getting too large in houses? Take a walk, take a drive, take your bicycle around a new development area and look at some of the houses. They are so far from what they were 40 years ago, even 30 years ago, that they almost don't look like houses. I swear in some cities you can reach out your window and touch your next door neighbor's house. There's streets in this town, even that were built 15 years ago, that I swear you could step across from your roof to your neighbor's roof. Some of these new development houses they're building have no backyard. How can you raise a family with next to no backyard? Yes, I understand they're trying to get maximum density in the minimum space. However, when you're paying that kind of price for the dirt, for the lot, for the house, don't you think you want a little more space than basically a little box to crawl into after a day's work? Let me know what you think. Leave your comments below. These are just my observations. Other cities again may have different different outcomes than the one that I live in. My city's been changing quite rapidly in the last 15 or so years. Eventually, we will have things like the larger centers do. But for now, we are hanging on to some of the older ways for as long as we can. And as always, thanks for watching. Maxwell's Mind, comment, subscribe, and enjoy.